So, all of you.
Yes, they have completed the 21, 22, 20, 25, 20, 21 not complete.
Just 21. The others are completed.
Okay. 21 not 100% completed. 22, 24, 25 all complete.
Okay. Let me check your work then. So before checking your work, I just need to know that do you guys face any concern regarding this implementation job?
Was there any concern during you doing your homework? Concern, doubt.
No. For me, I have a problem in the point that I want to build. The 4 point, the digital output. The digital output I choose 8. A little output. But all channels I searched in the models, all 4 channels. I didn't find 8 channels.
You want to assign just channels, but you can find only 4.
For the test, I only found 4 channel models. I couldn't find 8 channel models.
Can you hear what Mohanad said, sir?
It was not clear. Can you repeat that?
Yeah. That when he was trying to build the analog output, he can only find 4.
Because in the drop down, you have only selected a module which has 4 channels. There are modules which are having 8 channels also and 16 channels also. You have to take another module then.
So you have to choose another different kind of.
Around 5 types.
He tried to search around 5 types. But only for channels, he said.
Okay.
Any other concerns?
13 to 17.
we just dropped the lines. Sorry.
Okay. Then I was asking that apart from this question from Mohanad, is there any other queries in step number 13 to 17?
Yes. One more question from 25. When he was trying to build a digital output point, he find a point is 220 volt DC, but he cannot any module, right? You cannot find any module.
Yes.
He cannot find any module regarding on 220 volt DC digital output.
It is digital output 220 volt DC.
رايت كونتاكت ما تحتاج 220.
Okay. Then in our Ovation system, we only support two types of digital modules. One is 24 volt DC and one is 48 volt DC. Apart from this, we don't have any other module.
ريلي هو الديجيتال اوتبوت كله ريلي. ايه يسمونه جراند كونتاكت ما يختلف. 220 110 هو مجرد ريلي.
Drag contact.
How can we enable
اختار ال 24.
the graphic
ايه
instruction
اختار ال
inside the
24 بس هو
There is
الاشاره
alarm
الوارد
and graphics. Now we know
يمكن
how to
الريلي.
enable
بس ما له علاقه.
point, but the graphics still do not have any idea about it.
You mean you wanna make the alarm shows on the graphic?
Yeah.
22 مدرب. دخول وخروج دخول وخروج.
I think it's not introduced that part.
Yeah,
How to build that? That's the graphic builder.
إيه.
I think he has not introduced.
Okay.
So another question.
Sir, for the graphic building, you will introduce later someday, right?
Yeah.
Talking about how to make the alarm shown on the screen.
But as of now, first I needed this confirmation from step 13 to 17.
Yes, yes.
Okay. Yes.
Another question is description required for all module points, I/O points, or only when we build the input and or analog?
It depends. If you want to have a good engineering, that means it will description, because you might be expert and you know what D021 B1 L1 means. But if you provide a description as well, that this is the module new engineer. So it totally depends on your engineering. How good you do this engineering.
At that point. Okay. One more question, sir?
Yes.
Yeah.
Digital output. The list you can give us the digital for external to our own. Now I try to say. Hey, yeah.
Yeah.
external شلون؟
810
اشتغل ب 810
It's external point.
Yes, like 884.
Which page?
Let me all tell him.
Sir, on the
Let's sheet.
in the IO wearing list, page 22, there is some point Mr. Mohanad mentioned. some digital output, right? Digital output.
Okay.
What's
Page
the
number?
problem? 22.
Yes. Which point?
Yes. 884 A charge GCL from emergency drain motorized valve, right?
Yes, I
This
used
one?
this point. I
Uh-huh.
used this point.
Okay.
But I couldn't understand where is it. Which so what he external it is device 2 or device 1.
For this point, if you go into the right side, we have some external option right this way. External, some about external.
Give me a second.
Device 1 or device 2.
Again, I'm not able to get your question. What is the device 1? If it is device 2, it would have been 2.6.2.
1.6.2.
What he mean external? External
Where is the external?
EXT.
EXT means extension panel.
Huh?
Extension panel, I think.
Extension panel. No, device 2 extension panel.
This cabinet. One controller cabinet can have one branch and two branch on the rear side, 3 and 4. Since that is branch number 6, so attention cabinet for the controller number 1.
So device 1 even if it's extended.
So it should be device 1 even though it's extension panel, right?
Yes.
Okay.
The device can be easily judged from the hardware addressing itself. If it is 2 dot something, then it is device number 2. Rest it is device number 1 only.
Any other questions? No other questions, sir.
Okay. Now just have a look on the things that you have done so far, right? I am on drop 21. So may I know the name of the engineer who has worked on this control sheet? Who is working on 21?
It was Mohammed.
Okay. See, on drop 21, there are some of the modifications from my side. I want you to do those modifications. So write it down. The very first modification is, this is the input connector, right? You have taken the input connector which is oriented from the right towards the left. This connector will work technically, but from the orientation point of view, from the cosmetic point of view, I want you to the input connectors like this one, which is going from the left towards the right. see the pin orientation, but you have used this connector, which is oriented from the right towards the left. Although the connector will work, this will also work in the sheet, but I want you to use this connector in this control sheet, this one. Just to make the things clear, that line is going from the left towards the right. If you will try over here, this line is going over the connector. I don't want this stuff. So the modification number 1 is replace these 4 input connectors, 1, 2, 3 and 4 with this type of connector. The connector is same, only difference is it will go from left to right. That's modification number 1. Write it down.
Is that clear? Okay.
Modification number 2 is you need to configure the alarm for this point as well. You missed the configuration of the alarm. You need to configure the alarm of this point FPS 21. See, I wrote it over here. The description, hardware allocation and alarm also. You missed the alarm. If you have configured the alarm, there will be a sign A within it. How to do that? Open this point in the studio. And in the point configuration window, go to the configuration and here is the alarm configuration for a digital point. You need to check alarm on 1. This will give the alarm of this point. That's modification number 2.
Okay, clear.
Apart from this, you have done a very great job and everything seems to be fine.
Thank you.
Let me know the name of the engineer who is working on drop 22.
Amjad? Only you. Only you.
No. 21 is
22.
21. طبعا هذا يسولف وما يدري بالسالفه وبعدين يجي.
22 is Amjad. Sir, 22 is called Amjad.
Okay, so Amjad, there are few modifications for you. The very first thing is that you have written the sheet name as 22 and number as motor logic 22. So write number in place of name and name in place of number. Right? So this 22 should be motor logic 22 and the number, it should not be motor logic 22, just 22 is a number. So you need to replace name and number. That's modification number 1 for you. Same way, you call the input connectors which are in opposite directions. So replace these input connectors with the input connectors which are facing towards the right. What I told to drop 21, the same thing will be over here. Add this type of connector. So that's modification number 2. You need to modify the input connectors. Modification number 3. You didn't provide the descriptions of the input connectors. See in drop 21. In the drop 21, name is fine, number is fine, and even they have provided a description as well. See over here. Permit to start the motor, permit to close, motor running and everything. So I want to modify your sheet that you need to provide the description as well. This is a by default standard description and it will not work. Right? The same thing is with the output as well. You need to provide the description for auto and manual also. For auto point and the manual point. Start and stop is okay, not a problem. One good thing that you have done is you have defined the alarm. That is really good. So these are the modifications for you, some of the modifications. Please give me a yes if you have understood all the modifications.
Clear? Yes, sir. It's clear. You will do the modification.
Okay. Apart from this, drop 22, even was left with additional 2 points of analog and digital, what I remember. So let me check this stuff for analog and digital points. 4 different IO types. Okay. Another modification for you, Amjad. You didn't define one AO point. Both these points are assigned to an analog input. I need one AI, one AO, one DI, one DO. So DI and DO you have configured correctly, but in the analog you have configured both as analog input. So delete one point and make one new AO point, analog output. Another modification for you.
Should be one AI, one AO, but you define two AI. You need to delete one AI, make another AO.
إذا حاطط اثنين انت حاطط اثنين اي اي.
Analog out.
لازم شنو عندك وين اي اي وين اي او. وين اي اي ودي او.
Clear? Yeah, clear, sir.
Yes. Tell me the name of the engineer who is working on drop 24.
24.
Muhammad Ibrahim.
Redha, Muhammad, and Ibrahim.
Okay. Guys, you have done a great job that you have used the correct input connectors. Everybody see, we need this type of input connectors. But you missed to add the descriptions over here. So add the description for all these 4 points. That's activity number 1 for you. Ibrahim Reda, just add the description of these 4 points. That's point number 1 for you. Same way, add the descriptions for this auto and manual as well. Alarm is configured right. It is good. Name is correct. Number is correct. So only minor modification for you. Just define the description for these 4 points. Rest everything is okay.
Okay, clear, sir.
Okay.
With the connect on the time. It's so slow, so we do not have that much time to cover all the points.
One issue was about the internet and the speed when they working in the sheet. Very slow. So they need to spend too long time working on that because the response from the cursors usually very slow. The network.
In that case, I would request you to talk to your administrator. He should provide you some good network speed. Because I know that providing remote training sometimes the data connection creates so much problem, but in your case you are getting this same issue. If you are using a high speed bandwidth internet, then that might resolve your problem. So there might be some concerns with the internet connectivity side, and that's why you are facing this issue. The only resolution is to use a high speed internet. That's no way out other than this. Right. May I know the name of the engineers working on drop 25?
Yes, me and Muhammad and Ahmed. Wow.
Zulfikar, Muhammad, Ahmed. 3 guys.
Okay.
Zulfikar, Muhammad, Ahmed. Ahmed. I cannot pronounce like that. Right?
So Zulfikar and Muhammad Ahmed, everything seems to be fine. Only one issue. You have not defined the point descriptions for these points. I want you to describe the point description for all the points. Rest alarm is configured in a very good manner. And all the connectors seems to be fine. Name is perfect and number is good. One additional thing that I would like to add over here is your implementation seems to be in order. Although I have seen other sheets as well, but this sheet seems to be much in order. Most of the lines are straight. There is no unnecessary crisscrossing. And this way you have done a very good job, right? So just a small modification for you. Define the point descriptions. Rest everything is okay.
Descriptions. Yeah, okay.
I can see another drop 28. What is about?
What's 28? That's just for testing, a personal thing, so you can ignore that.
Okay. So whosoever is testing, implementation is good. He needs to define the point names along with the descriptions is missing and alarm is missing. Rest implementation is good. Just he need to write the point descriptions and alarms for these 2 points. Name and number is perfect. Right?
Point description and alarm description. Okay. Yes. Clear.
Okay. So we have completed this job. So guys, let me proceed further. So before proceeding forward, I need to just give you some another activity that you guys need to perform control options on your control sheet. You need to perform control options on your control sheet, and by control options I need to add that you need to compile your control sheet. You need to export your control sheet. You need to publish your control sheet. And you guys need to delete your control sheet and re-import your control sheet.
This job already done? Just import? Sir, they have yesterday they have done some part of this job, but they have a little issue with the import.
Okay.
What's your issue?
Yes, Dan.
Yeah, what's the issue for the import?
The destination.
The destination. The destination for the file.
Or something, we don't know who can put the destination.
Still about the route path for where to put this file.
Okay, I'll tell you how to do it once again. First of all, what I want from you is every engineer. Okay, that's already done. I can see Zulfikar, I can see Rida. Okay, great. Although I was about to give you this activity, but I saw just you have made this activity as well. I want every engineer to create a folder name on the desktop itself. And within that folder, I want every engineer to give me a compiled report, the export control sheet, the PDF of your control sheet. And once you are done with the export, delete this control sheet from the developer studio and again re-import that control sheet, right? So that activity needs to be done. So as I can see, some of the folders like for Zulfikar, I can see the exported control sheets. That is fine. That means export is done. I cannot see the compile. I cannot see the publish within this folder. For Rida, I can see the exported control sheet, what I feel like. Yes, export is there. Another control sheet, SLD. That's a dummy control sheet. Okay, I can only see the exported control sheet. For Ahmed, I can see control sheet number 22. That's a simply export, right? And on the desktop, I can see a PDF as well in the name of Ahmed.22. Great, that's the PDF. So what I want from you guys is just first of all do the necessary modifications what I have suggested you, and after doing those modifications within your folder name, get me these results. Get me a compilation report, export of your control sheet, publish of the control sheet, delete your control sheet, and from this exported sheet you need to re-import it into the system itself, right? So that's the activity for you where I will tell you how to import a control sheet. See, right click on the drop, go to the control options, click on import operations, click on next, and over here getting a data directory. Select this data directory and cut the path, control X. You have removed this path and you have done a control X or a cut option. Click on the browse and go to desktop where you have placed your control sheet. Say I want to import a control sheet which is placed under this folder name Zulfikar. Select this folder and automatically it will take this path. From the drop down menu, in this folder, it is having some sheets like it is having 3 sheets, control sheet 99, 201 and sheet 25. Select the sheet that you need to import. Say I want to import drop 5 task 4 control sheet number 25. Select the sheet, click on next and destination, perform the paste operation. That the path that you performed a cut operation in the beginning, control V. Or you can memorize this path as well. C drive, OVPT SVR folder, system name, network name, unit name and control function folder. Give the destination. If you want to keep the specification as it is, drop number, task number, sheet number, don't give anything over here. Or when you want to change your drop number, task number or sheet number, in that case you can give these values over here. For example, I want to import this control sheet in drop 28, task 4, and the number that I want over here is number 99, like this. So next and run. The control sheet has been imported in drop 28 task 4. Let us open this. And there's my sheet. So this is the import operation. Give me a yes if import operation is clear to you.
Yeah, it's clear now.
Okay. So that's an activity for you that needs to be done today, or I will be checking this activity tomorrow morning, right?
Okay, first finish all the modification and then finish item 18.
Yes. So this control options are known as the maintenance of the control sheet. Why I'm saying you this maintenance? Because you can check for the errors, you can do the duplication, you can take the backup, you can import any control sheet.
Excuse me.
Yes, Amjad. Into the message box, there is lot of echo of your background.
For there is a branch, the power supply is from field, not from system.
Okay.
Especially for the extension that I showed you before, like this point in 22 page. How can I make the node point for this? It's same drop on the device 0, but it has another power supply, field power supply.
See, a node point is common. Whether your transmitter is Ovation powered or some separate power device, doesn't matter. You have a single node point to show you the controller power status and module's power status. The point will be one only. Doesn't matter that your transmitter is Ovation powered or field powered. So the same way you have to create a node point only. Nothing makes any difference.
How can I
It doesn't matter whether you have a dedicated power supply from the Emerson side or you are using separate from the transmitter. It doesn't make
I'm not sure both of them from Ovation, sure. But one in the system, one in the field, near the cabinet, or ROB cabinet, like branch 6, branch 7.
Again, in that case, I would be repeating my statement. There will be a single node point only. Even if you are using a Emerson power supply to the transmitter or you are using your own power supply, doesn't matter. There will be a single node point for the complete node.
Okay. For device 1 and for device 0, device 1 and device 2, device 0 will cover all, or only for device 1?
Yes, 0 will cover for both 1 and 2.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, so now let me discuss some other major functions with you. With this node, when you are done with this activity, my expectations from you is that now you guys are familiar with the Ovation Developer Studio. You guys can add a new controller and assign the IP and Ethernet addresses. You can make a drop point. You can create some points. You can add a module. You can create a module point. You can assign the channel. You can create a node point. You can assign the hardware of a node point. You can add a control task. You can design and implement a control sheet within the control task. And after that, you guys would be comfortable with the control options as well, right? So in this activity only, as I'm progressing further, I will show you some other right click functions which are really very important. Again, this will be used as a tool for your easy engineering. If I tell you in very simple terms, this activity that you have done as a hands-on practice is known as right. So again, I'm telling you that this is a complete activity which is a part of building of a control sheet and maintenance, right? So now, as I said, there was certain requirements from you. I told you that on the day 6, I will be taking some of the filtering mechanism, the search operations. Now see how to do that. Perform a right click on your drop and control options is the thing that you'll be doing today. I will be taking this option in a very speedily manner. So I want you to travel with me. Right click and open. Already know the very first option to open any window. window. Do the necessary things, press OK. OK means save the changes and exit the window. The same way, go to any point, right click and open. Open the point configuration window. Same way. So that open symbol is used to open the existing object. If you don't have any such object, then you will be getting right click and insert new option to add a new object. So the first option is open or insert new. If you want to modify any existing object, you can open it, or you want to add a new object, then right click and insert new on the parent object of that element. Second, to delete any object, right click and delete. Right click and delete. Are you sure you want to delete this point? Yes. And this point will never get deleted. Click on details. You'll get the reason that this point is used at one or more places. So this is the beauty of our system, that it will always be checking for the references of this point. If this point is used somewhere, it can never be deleted.
Excuse me, Mr.
Yes.
The screen I think is frozen. It shows now always the right click on the drop and shows the window. Insert new search, find, allow, docking, hide. Always shows the same one.
Let me switch off my sharing. And again, let me try to share the window.
And another question from Mohammed. Can he change the name for the point?
No. If you want to change the point, it is not possible in a simple manner. There is some offline utility that is used for it, and I would not recommend you to do that. If you want to modify the point name, the best process is create the new point name and delete the older one by replacing all the references of that point.
Okay, thank you.
Is my screen visible now?
Yeah, it's visible. So when you do the operations on the screen, if it's a little bit slowly, then maybe that can fix the network lag problem. Because when we see the screen, sometimes it's freezing and immediately jump to the point where
Okay. So
skip some steps in the middle.
delete option. Delete the object. Before performing a delete operation, are check for error. Can you see my screen to delete PS22?
Yeah, now we can see the drop.
Yes.
No, we don't see the cursor moves.
I'm trying to delete this point, FTS22.
Have you already deleted?
No, I just performed a right click on the point FTS22 and there is a drop down on which I'm selecting
Yes, we can see the drop down. Yeah.
Okay. So I am not done. I have not deleted it. I'm just showing you where to delete a point. So when you click on this delete, you'll get this prompt. Can you see this prompt? Are you sure you want to delete this point?
Yes, we can.
Okay. So if you select yes, then this point will be trying to be deleted from the Ovation Developer Studio, but you'll get this error prompt. Whenever you see this type of error prompt, click on the details button, and after clicking on the details button, you'll be getting the error that what was the reason of generating this error. The error was that this object is currently referred at one or more places, and therefore it cannot be deleted. So that's the beauty of our Ovation system, which I said earlier as well, that before deleting any object, a search will be done in the background to see the references of this point. If there are references to this point, the connection or the system will not allow that point to be deleted. The same thing holds for every other module or every other reference as well, right? So this way, if you want to delete a particular module point like this, say I want to delete this point, right click and delete. Click on yes. Still you cannot delete this module point. Reason being, this module point is used somewhere. Now if you want to know where it is used, so right click on the module point and click on where used. This will give you the references that where this point is actually used. Click on where used, select the first option and click on find now. Can you see this result search window?
Yeah, we can see it.
So that's the current location, that why this module point is not getting deleted, because it is used on this path. The path is system name, network name, unit name, drop 21, drop 22, IO device 0, branch 1, device 1, branch 5, slot 7. At this particular position, you have used this module point name. Let us go to this location and see if this point actually exists over there or not. So this is my module. Right click on the module and open. See at the top, here is the module point name. So the point is used over here. That's why it is not getting deleted from the studio. You need to remove it from over here. Then only you can delete that point. So this way in our system, delete functions will only work whenever there are no references for the point. Do note this point as well, that right click and delete will only work whenever there are no references. And whenever you want to search for the references, you need to click on where use. Right click and where use is for the searching the references. See how a digital point is there. There's a point named FSP22, right click and where used. First option and find now. So this point is used in this control sheet. You will get it as a reference. And where is the location of this control sheet? That's the location. Like this. So this point FSP22 is used on this control sheet. That's why it is not letting you delete this point. You need to remove this point from this control sheet. Then only this point can be deleted. So that's the delete function. The third option is a search operation. It takes your requirement as well. So watch it very, very carefully. If you want to search for any specific points, control sheets, alarms, digital points, analog points, module points, card, or anything within the system, then that search can be done by using this option, right click and search function. It is very, very important. You gave me this requirement that you want to search all the hardware points or you want to search all the Modbus points. Like this, you can do that. So you need to use this search operation. See how to do it. Right click on the drop, click on the search function. You'll be getting the filter that what you want to search from this available list. See the number of filters that you can search for. In this drop down list, select the filter that you want to search. For example, I want to search the number of analog points like this. Click on next and finish. So all the analog points which are present in drop 22 can be searched over here. There are total 5 analog points in drop 22. Same way, this search can be extended if you perform a right click at the parent header or the drops level. Right click and search. So this search will search all the drops for your necessary filtering. If you want to search all the analog points, next and finish. So you get a total count of 2731 analog points in all the drops. So if the result is for a particular controller, perform a right click on a single controller. If you want to search all, perform a right click on the drops header. So that is known as searching of any object from this available filtering. You can
One
add.
question, sir.
Yes, Dan.
Yeah, I once clicked on this function at site by right click, and if you go down to start with M, you can find. No, I mean from you can click on search and go down. There's some Modbus options. Yes. So in this way, can we find all the Modbus points?
Yes, but there are other ways as well. I will tell you the simple ways to search all the Modbus points. How you can do that
Okay.
is, say if you want to search all the hardware points first. Let me take your requirements one by one. The first requirement is that you want to search all the hardware points.
Okay.
In drop 1, I am having sample sheets and some analog digital points. So let me do this searching in drop 1 so that we can get a better results, because in this drop I am having plenty of points. There are around 570 points for analog and there are around 1334 for digital. So it will be better if I perform search in this huge quantity, right? So if I want to perform a search for all the analog points that you know, right click, search. Right click, search, select analog points, next, find all and finish. This gives you all the analog points of drop 1, right? The same way if you want to search for the digital point, right? Digital point from list, next, find all and finish. This way you get all the digital point of drop 1, which is 4027. Can you see this drop 1 right click search option?
Yeah, the very first step and the very last step we can see. It jump immediately to this one.
Okay, let me repeat this step. Right click on drop 1, click on search, and you will get this search window. In this search window, I want to search for all the digital points or all the control sheets. Say. So select this control sheet from over here. In the filter, I added the filter of control sheet. Next, find all and finish. So in drop 1, I'm having 507 control sheets. So this way you got this filter. Is it clear?
Yeah, I think it's clear. Right click, search and find the digital points. Click on find all and next.
This thing holds true for analog point, digital point, algorithm point, module point, control sheets, and everything which you can see in this drop-down menu. But sometimes there is a requirement to add another filter into the filtered object. So see how I am doing that. I'm adding a filter to your filtered object. The requirement is I want to search all the analog points, and in this analog points I want to search all the analog which are hardware points. So I want to gather a list of all those hardware analog points. How to do that? Right click on drop one, click on search. You will get the search window. In the search window, select your necessary filter. For example, I want to search my analog points. Click on next. Rather than doing finish all objects over here, click on the bottom section that you want to search for any specific items in your added filter. Select the bottom option over here. Can you see this bottom option?
We don't know which one you mean because the network issue. Now we are at the screen, shows specify the type of. Now we are in the screen, shows again find specific item using search clause.
Yes. If you do the selection of above element as you did earlier, you are getting all the results. But if you select bottom, that means you are adding a filter to your filtered analog points. So select the bottom and click on next or finish. You will get another window to add a filter. In the bottom, you can write the filter that in all the analog points, what kind of filter do you want? Say I want to add a filter that for all the analog points, the hardware IO type is equals to Ovation. This way I will get a list. I will add the necessary filter.
Sorry, sir. Due to the network issue, can you do this step again very slowly?
No. The problem not
Problem?
The problem with internet.
Yes, internet.
So all of us now can't understand anything.
Yeah, so we do it slowly. We see what we can find.
In that case, after every step, I will be raising a question to you whether you can see the screen or not. So try to give me a
confirmation. Yes.
form or right click on drop one and click on search. Give me a yes if this is okay.
Yeah, we can see the drop-down list by right-clicking on the drop now.
Right click and then
then we see step 1/2 showing the filter now.
yes. So that is step one, which is visible to you. So select the filter that you need to add. I selected analog points in this list. Give me a yes if you can see the selection of the analog points.
Okay, now we are here, analog point.
After selecting your filter, you need to click on next, which is displayed at the bottom. So I am clicking on the next and you will be taken to another window like this, which gives you two options, find all or find using a specific clause. Give me a yes if you can see this window.
Yeah, now you can click on the next. Yeah, we see this window now. Find all items and another one, find specific.
If you select find all, the first option, and click on finish, you will be getting a list of all the analog points. But I want to add another filter into my analog points list. So what I am doing is I am selecting the second option of find the specific items using the search clause. So give me a yes if you can see that I have selected the second item.
Yes, we can see it.
After selecting the second option, I am clicking on finish button, which is seen at the bottom. Because I want to search the items on the basis of specific clause. As I click finish, I will be getting another window like this. Give me a yes if you can see this new window. Give me a yes if you can see this new window.
يعني مشكلة حكي شيء هم سيرتبون
Yes, we can see this new window. Yes,
In
sir.
this new window at the bottom, you need to add some other filters where you can see the object name. You need to click over here, and these are the filters which you can see in the drop down menu. Give me a yes if you can see this drop down menu filters.
Yeah, we can see the drop down list now.
From this, you need to select the property of the analog. These all are the properties of the analog points. That means after making the first filter for analog points in the beginning, then the system gives you the properties of the analog points as a filtering mechanism. So I want to make a filter of hardware IO type from the drop down list. Give me a yes if you can see this section of hardware IO type in the drop down list.
Yes, we can see hardware IO tab now.
So I did hardware IO type in the very first option of the attribute and at the bottom there can be three type party. Give me a yes if you can see these three options of Q line, Ovation and third party.
Not yet. Now I can only see you are selecting on hardware IO tab.
Okay, just below the hard another filter of the value, and in the drop down there are three more options of Ovation.
Yeah, I can see the word value now, but for the other options, it's merged by the hardware.
With Wi-Fi? Meeting. I'll drop from the meeting.
No, because we didn't have this message.
You don't have?
Can you see this option now?
ايوه بالعكس احنا قلنا مو مشكله
I'm connected. I'm connected. No, I cannot see your screen yet.
Try to change the Wi-Fi.
Change-
Change the network.
I don't have other network, only this one, classroom. I only know this one. No, I don't know the password for this.
Tan, can you hear me? Hello, Tan, can you hear me?
Sir, sorry, just change to another network. Rejoin back. Hello, sir. I can hear your voice a little bit, but not very clear.
What about now, Tan? Is it clear now?
Yeah, now I can hear clearly.
Okay, Tan, I would
Hello.
request, yes, I would request you to let us have a break for 15 minutes. By the meantime, just exit this meeting and rejoin this meeting because
Yeah.
there is huge shivering in your voice and I cannot hear you properly.
Okay. Okay. Let's we'll recheck and let's start after 15 minutes.
Okay, let us have a break for 15 minutes. By the meantime, please adjust your mic and everything.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, thank you.